Okay, everyone, so now I'm going to be tackling the second installment of the Stepfather series, Stepfather Ii, right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to y'all as the Big D, so I'm going to do another Father's Day review. This time it's going to be Stepfather 2 from 1989. Also, it has a subtitle, I think in some countries, Make Room for Daddy. Anyway, Terry O'Quinn returns as the title character. The cast also includes Meg Foster, Caroline Williams, and Jonathan Brandis. The film is directed by Jeff Burr and was released by ITC, who of course released its predecessor. While it received a limited release, unfortunately it wasn't as well received as its predecessor. A lot of people dissed it, and a lot of critics dissed the film and what have you. So, let's go ahead and get started. Well, after being shot and stabbed at the end of the previous film, Jerry Blake actually survives after this and is institutionalized in Puget Sound. Blake has meetings with his psychiatrist, but however, having gained his trust, he kills the psychiatrist and a guard. And soon, he's back at it again. He dons the guard's uniform to help him escape. Soon, he arrives at the train depot and kills and robs a traveling salesman of his car and money. Then checks into a hotel, alters his appearance, and assumes the identity of deceased publisher Gene F. Clifford, and travels to Palm Meadows, LA, after he watches the underrated game show Dream House with Bob Eubanks. Never saw that show, but I've heard of it though. Anywho, in Palm Meadows, Gene poses as a psychiatrist, yes, that's what he's going by now, and soon meets Carol Grayland and leases a house across the street from her and her 13-year-old son Todd. During a session with the neighborhood wives, Gene learns that Carol's husband, Philip, left his family the previous year. Gene begins courting Carol, eventually winning over her and Todd, but Phil returns, wanting to reconcile with Carol. Needing Phil out of the way, Gene persuades Carol to send him over for a meeting, during which he gives it to him, smashing a bottle on his head, and then stabs him to death. So, he covers up his disappearance afterward, but making it look like he simply ran off again, as he takes his car to a junkyard and really gives his car a real, well, what can I say, some real moves and what have you. And of course, like the last movie, he's whistling Camptown Races in some parts. Anyway, with Phil gone, Gene and Carol arrange to get hitched. Maggie Cummins, local mail carrier and Carol's best friend, that's Caroline Williams, yep. I'm sure a lot of you horror fanatics know who that is. She's been in numerous movies like Leprechaun 3 and Hatchet 3, which I have already reviewed those. Anywho, let's return to this. She begins looking through Gene's mail, and she finds a letter addressed to the real Gene Clifford, which includes a photograph revealing him to be African American. And she confronts him, demanding to know who he really is. Although he tries to make it look like the letter was sent to the wrong person, Jean persuades her to let him tell Carol the truth about his past. Later that night, after making love to Carol, Jean sneaks into Maddie's house and strangles her to death, making her death look like suicide. On his way out, Jean takes Maddie's last bottle of wine and crosses through the yard of Maddie's blind neighbor, Sam Watkins, who hears him whistling Camptown Races, which he mentions to Carol the next day. Now then, time to get to the last bit of this movie. You got 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below to avoid ending spoilers. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Now, despite Maddie's death, the wedding proceeds as planned. While dressing in the church, Carol recognizes bottles of wine sent by Maddie's parents as the same brand Jean had the other night, and overhears Todd whistling Camptown Races, which he says Jean taught him. Thinking Jean may have had something to do with Maddie's death, Carol confronts him, prompting Jean to attack Carol and Todd, whom he locked in a storage closet. As Jean prepares to kill Carol with a knife she used to stab him, Todd breaks out of the closet and saves his mother, knocking the knife out of Jean's hand and stabbing him in the chest with a claw hammer, apparently killing him. As Carol and Todd walk into the wedding ceremony, everyone is shocked to see them covered in blood until Carol collapses on the floor. The film ends with Jean getting up, stumbling through the room for the wedding party, and collapsing on the floor by the destroyed wedding cake, weakly uttering, "Till death," then seemingly dying from his wounds. Yep. And that's that, my friends. So, what did I think of Stepfather Ii? Well, I'm gonna say it's good in some ways. Not great like its predecessor. It's kind of, in a way, a little more than okay good. But there were a few misses in my area, but still had pretty good set of performances and what have you, though. I did like the performances we got from Terry O'Quinn, of course. Meg Foster as Carol and Caroline Williams as Maddie. Jonathan Brandis as Todd. Yes. Anyway, other actors, not too bad. But anyway, I'm going to say Stepfather Ii is not too bad, but it does have a few, well, misses and what have you. But it has more ups than downs, though. So, would I recommend the movie? Yeah, sure, go ahead. If you don't like it, no problem. You can find the movie on Prime and Tubi. Now, I will tell you that I liked the final act of the movie, the confrontation with Jean in the wedding at the wedding ceremony before the ending occurs. Yeah, when they suspect that Jean is an actual killer. Yeah, I gotta say that was really pretty good, actually. I actually like that. But anyway, film may have gotten this, but it did okay in limited release, but not great though. The film would go on to give us there would be a third movie, which I actually watched for the first time ever, but I'll review that down the road if you would like that. Which unfortunately Terry O'Quinn doesn't return. They actually get Robert Whiteman to play the stepfather. So I wouldn't put it away though. But if you want me to review Stepfather 3, I'll do it sometime down the road, okay? But anyway, what did you think of Stepfather 2? If you like, just tell me what you thought about in the comment section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And again, I will do Stepfather 3 down the road, possibly the remake. Don't know when though, but we'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching. Now, if you liked what you saw, you can check out some of these other psychotic types of slashers and what have you, which I'm going to mention. Now, first off, in the upper left-hand corner, I'm going to include my review of Urban Legend, which I did earlier this month. And in the upper right-hand corner is my review of The Stepfather, which I did earlier today. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. And as a bonus, I'll put in the bottom left-hand corner my final announcement for my Q&A, which is in 1 week from tomorrow. You've still got until next Sunday to give me questions, so just thought you all know that. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya and happy Father's Day to y'all.